Sasha thought she came to the mountain to heal. Instead, it became the place where her entire life fell apart. High above the clouds, Sasha wakes up in the middle of a hike. The sun is out, and she wakes her husband Tommy so they can continue their journey. Sasha and Tommy are climbing a dangerous mountain together. They've done climbs like this for years. The two trust each other with their lives. One rope, one mistake, and both of them die. But Sasha gets stuck in one place after several failed attempts, and Tommy advises her to call it a day. The weather is getting worse by the minute, and Sasha agrees. But this trip feels different. Tommy suddenly starts talking like he's done with this life. He tells Sasha he's getting tired of dangerous climbs, tired of risking everything just to stand on top of another mountain. Sasha brushes it off at first. Tommy always complains when things get hard, but this time, something feels wrong. Then Tommy pulls out his lucky compass, the same compass he carries on every climb, and quietly says maybe his luck has finally run out. That comment hits harder than Sasha expects. And what happens that night proves Tommy was right. The next morning, they continue their climb when the ground suddenly shakes. Rocks start crashing down around them. The mountain is literally breaking apart beneath them. The couple desperately climbs lower, trying to survive the rock slide. But in the middle of the chaos, the rope connecting them gets tangled. Then disaster strikes. Tommy slips. Before Sasha can react, his entire body drops off the mountain. Now, Tommy is hanging unconscious in the darkness below her, and the rope tied around Sasha's waist starts dragging her toward the edge too. She grabs onto the rocks with both hands, fighting with everything she has. But Tommy is dead weight, and the longer she holds on, the more likely both of them are going to die. Sasha screams his name over and over, begging him to wake up. He never does. And finally, with tears running down her face, she makes the impossible choice. She lets go. Tommy disappears into the darkness below, and Sasha is left alone on the mountain, barely alive. But surviving that night changes her forever. Weeks later, Sasha is driving alone through the Australian wilderness. No Tommy, no climbing partner, no real destination, just grief. Eventually, she stops at a tiny gas station in the middle of nowhere, where the cashier tries making awkward small talk while two creepy hunters nearby immediately lock eyes on her. The way they stare at her makes it clear something feels off. But Sasha doesn't show fear. She shuts them down fast. They try walking toward her, explaining that they're just trying to be nice. That's when another man notices her. The man walks in and says it looks like she has everything she needs, and the hunters leave. As soon as they leave, Ben apologizes for the hunters' behavior and suggests maybe they could talk for a bit, but Sasha shuts him down too. So he leaves. Later outside, Sasha is having trouble understanding the map. That's when she notices the same man beside her, and she asks for help, saying she's trying to get to Grand Isle Narrows and her GPS is out. Ben walks up, trying to help. He asks if she wants the easy way or the hard way, but Sasha says just the easy way. He shows her the route that leads to her destination, but then gives her advice completely different from the map. Since she still has 9 kilometers to go, he tells her to start at Blackstone Bay. Just before she gets to the split break, she'll find the most amazing camping area. At first, he seems genuinely nice. Too nice. Sasha thanks him and drives away, not realizing this random meeting is about to become the worst mistake of her life. That night, Sasha parks alone deep in the wilderness. At first, everything seems peaceful. Then headlights appear in the distance. The hunters from the gas station suddenly surround her car with trucks, barking dogs, and loud music blasting through the trees. They start circling her vehicle like predators. One of them bangs on the window. Sasha locks herself inside and stays completely silent, refusing to give them any reaction at all. For several terrifying minutes, she honestly thinks they might kill her right there. Then suddenly, they leave. The next morning, she gets her raft out and starts moving through the river confidently. Eventually, she reaches her destination and sees pictures of missing, or possibly dead, campers, leaving her shocked. She settles down and eats some of the beef she bought from the gas station. The next morning, Sasha wakes up and realizes almost all her supplies are gone. Food, gear, phone, everything. She looks around worried. She grabs her raft and starts searching for whoever took her bag. And right when panic starts setting in, Ben appears out of nowhere. He's kayaking through the river nearby like it's completely normal. He laughs when she explains what happened and offers her food from his own camp. He even jokes about forgetting to pack roofies, trying to make her laugh. And somehow, it works. Slowly, Sasha starts relaxing around him. Ben cooks fish for her over a fire and talks about how much he loves living in the wilderness. He says most people out there are fake, weak, disconnected from nature. Then he says something strange. He tells Sasha she reminds him of his mother. The comment hangs in the air just a little too long, and suddenly, Sasha's instincts start screaming that something is wrong. Then she sees it. Around Ben's wrist is Tommy's compass, the exact compass Tommy had on the mountain before he died. Sasha freezes, because there is absolutely no way Ben should have that. But instead of reacting, she stays calm. She quietly grabs her bag and starts walking away. That's when Ben finally drops the act. He smiles and tells her not to forget her supplies. Then he explains the rules. He says he stocked her bag with fresh gear, he kept her phone, and he's giving her a head start, but only for the length of one song. He pulls out a speaker and starts playing Go by the Chemical Brothers. And with a smile on his face, he tells her that when the song ends, he's coming after her. Sasha runs, and the nightmare officially begins. She sprints through the Australian bush as fast as she can while Ben chases her through the trees like an animal. This man knows the wilderness better than she does. Way better. He moves through the forest almost effortlessly, screaming and howling somewhere behind her while firing arrows through the trees. One arrow barely misses her head, another pins her jacket straight into a tree. Sasha tears herself free and keeps running. Every second feels like pure terror. She hides underwater to avoid him. She climbs rocks to escape him. But Ben already planned for all of this, because this isn't his first hunt. Eventually, Sasha steps in the wrong place, and suddenly the ground snaps beneath her. A hidden trap launches upward and slams shut around her body. Ben finally catches her, and somehow, that's even worse. Instead of acting angry or violent, Ben acts almost excited, proud, even. As he drags Sasha deeper into the wilderness, he casually talks about hunting rituals and ancient tribes like he's discussing normal everyday life. Then he mentions another family, the Carters, a family that disappeared years earlier. And the way he talks about them makes Sasha realize something horrifying. This man has done this before, many times. Ben admits he researched Sasha before targeting her. He knows about Tommy's death. He knows about the climbing accident. And now Sasha starts wondering something terrifying. Was Tommy's fall really an accident? Or was Ben there that night too? The deeper they go into the wilderness, the more insane Ben becomes. Eventually, he takes Sasha into a hidden cave buried deep underground. And inside that cave, Sasha finally sees the truth. Ben isn't just a killer, he's a monster. He talks about eating the liver of his victims to absorb their spirit. He talks about using every part of the body because nothing should go to waste. And the scariest part is how calm he sounds while saying it. Sasha realizes this man truly believes what he's doing is sacred. Desperate to survive, she starts talking to him carefully. She tells him somebody must have hurt him when he was younger. For one tiny moment, Ben actually seems emotional, almost human. But then Sasha calls him sick, and instantly everything explodes. The two violently attack each other inside the cave in a brutal fight for survival. No weapons, no help, just rage and desperation in total darkness. And somehow, Sasha wins. She escapes, but Ben keeps following her, chasing her even through the river. They make it onto land, and Ben refuses to lose consciousness while Sasha tries to break the chain tying them together. Ben regains consciousness, and the two begin fighting again. During the fight, Sasha manages to break Ben's leg, leaving him screaming in pain on the cave floor. For the first time since the chase began, Sasha finally has control. But there's one massive problem. They're trapped deep underground. Ben can't climb with a broken leg, and Sasha can't escape the cave alone. If they stay there, both of them die. So the predator and the prey are forced to work together. Sasha builds a climbing harness for Ben and makes a deal with him. If she helps him reach the top safely, he'll let her live. He unchains her, and against all logic, the two begin climbing together. It's one of the strangest parts of the entire story, because despite everything that happened, they actually work well as a team. Ben even smiles at one point and says they make a good pair. Sasha says nothing, because she already knows exactly how this ends. As they finally near the top of the mountain, freedom is only a few feet away. Then Sasha makes her move. She cuts Ben loose. Instantly, he starts screaming her name as he falls backward into the darkness below. And this time, Sasha doesn't look back. She climbs the rest of the way alone and finally reaches the summit. For the first time in the entire movie, everything is quiet. Sasha stands there crying, overwhelmed by everything she survived. Tommy's death, the hunt, the cave, all of it. But she's still alive, and Ben isn't. Eventually, Sasha reaches civilization and reports everything to the authorities. Police search the cave hidden deep inside the wilderness, and what they find shocks everyone. More than 20 bodies are recovered from inside. For years, people believed those missing hikers and tourists simply got lost in the dangerous Australian wilderness. But the truth was far worse. One man was hunting them the entire time, and Sasha is the woman who finally stopped him. In the end, Sasha walks away alone through the silence of the wilderness, and somewhere far off in the distance, a bird screeches through the sky one final time. The hunt is finally over, and the forest has no more secrets left to hide.